It's a very clean program today. You know, not a lot of in and out, not a lot of video chat. It's clean. We got Stan Pedersen, Riders alum, Marshall Hamilton, and Wes Cates coming in. Marshall can add Ticats to his bio as well, and he's over there on the sponsors couch, which I understand we will have sponsors in here today. Actually, we got new sponsors. I don't know if I told you. We will be reading those as the program goes along.
Exciting.
I'm a little frazzled, as you can probably tell. My mind's racing at different directions. Not in a bad way, but the day started really early for me. Up and on the air with TSN 1260 Edmonton Radio with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric for a recap of Week 6 in the CFL. Everybody's asking about Gainer the Gopher, of course. And then I was on the radio in Lloydminster after that. Try to sneak a workout in with his new phone. My Evolution Fitness app doesn't work, right? It's just, everything's happening. None of it's bad. Just saying. Late getting in here, later than normal. And we will have on video chat today David William Naylor of TSN, CFL insider from TSN, Dave Naylor. So that's cool. This morning's news. A lot of things that I want to get to today. Calgary's getting a new arena. Bravo, Calgary. Yep. I think we all agree. $550 million structure for the Flames only, but also the Hitmen and the Roughnecks. But the Stampeders, last I checked, won't be playing there, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So the Stampeders continue to be the neglected stepchild of the Calgary sports landscape. But I get it. The Flames are the priority there. That's the way that it goes. Mm-hmm. We will get to the Gainer thing in a moment. I was sent this morning a note that you gotta check the latest video from the YouTube sensation DEESTROYING. You're familiar with him, right?
Yeah, somewhat. This
is the Argos' third string kicker / punter. I don't even know his name. I just know him by DEESTROYING. And I got sent a note, said, you got to watch this. He's ripping the CFL. This Argos punter. I'm like, oh boy, what's this going to be? I got sucked into watching the 15-minute video. This is a YouTube sensation. A lot of people know what I'm talking about. A lot of people do not. He's a YouTube star. He's kicking for the Argos, allegedly. 7 minutes in, I almost shut it off, but I'm like, I've gone this far. I got to watch it all. He's complaining about being the third string kicker for the Argos, the amount of money that he's making or not making on the practice roster of the Argos, how he's being mistreated and abused by the Argos. And I'm like, welcome to life, brother.
Yeah.
Like what? I wrote a few notes. Well, I didn't write a lot of notes down. I can just go off the top of my head here. If you were better than you actually are, you'd be the first stringer. Let's just start there. 2, he said that he's only on the Argos, he thinks, allegedly, because of his YouTube followers and Instagram followers. He said that he took them from 75,000 followers, the Argos account, to 125,000, and that's why he's there. So what? Corey Chamberlain refers to him as YouTube, almost like the coach doesn't even know my name.
Hey, YouTube.
Hello. You're lucky that you're even there. If it's that bad, then quit. As Sam Mitchell, right, the Raptors coach, former coach, said, do us all a favor and quit. Go down and get a job, and I will guarantee you won't have 500,000 views of your job at the car wash. They're there because you're a pro football player. You know, at various times through this video, he's saying, but I'm grateful. But I'm grateful. No, you're not. You're just saying that, but you're not. And then he said that he was kicking in a game and how the ball, he thought he made the field goal, and the referees looked at each other and waved it off. And he goes, if that was a home game, it would have counted. What? Now you're questioning the integrity of CFL official referees. See, I'm getting worked up. I knew when I came in here I was going to get worked up. So, again, if it's that bad, quit. Welcome to life. Welcome to pro sports, entertainment, whatever you're going to be used, abused, mistreated, taken advantage of. But you get into it knowing that. It's fun.
Yeah.
And when it stops being fun, that's when you need to leave. And I've got so many young broadcasters saying the same thing to me, some young athletes, young people in various industries saying the exact same thing. Welcome to life. Go do something else if it's that bad.
There's a couple of things. Like with that, it's tough because there's a reason that he's noticed and that he's getting the opportunity. And if he wants to be a pro football player, understand that there's a lot of kickers out there who can kick the football. They come through college all the time. They come through the CFL. They come through Canadian college and, down in the States, and they're all capable. But there's a reason that he was picked. And maybe it's because of his kicking. But sure, his YouTube and Instagram following and social media stardom might be a big part of it. They might see an alternate benefit to keeping him here, much like we keep Canadians on certain rosters because there's a benefit because you have the right passport in this league. And, that's the way it is. If you want to be a football player, don't complain about it. Use that. No. Understand that, hey, that's why I'm here. But then try and prove yourself that, I'm more than a YouTube star. Yeah, you see that right now, but I can kick the football. It's trying to have it both ways. Well, I'm a YouTube star and I raise their social media and I should be getting paid for that because my YouTube stuff, makes me this much money. And they're only paying me for football. Well, if you want to be a football player, sometimes that's what you have to do. Understand that, okay, circumstance brought you here, but if you want to prove it, you got to prove it on the field.
If it's that bad, leave. And producer Clark is telling me on the monitor, Donald Delahaye is his name. So, by watching the video, and I said to the guy that sent it to me, I said, clearly he's a funny guy. I think he's a nice guy. I'm sure if I knew him, I'd like him. But stop complaining. Because your video is exactly what's wrong with your generation. Which brings me to Last Chance U. I started watching it last night. I actually stumbled upon it while trying to find Homeland, which we're in season 5 of. You haven't watched Last Chance U yet?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Marshall likes it. I'm actually shocked. Marshall's pumping his fist over there like he's the engineer of a train. I liked it. I didn't love it. We got about 20 minutes into the first. By the way, I found it very confusing to find season 1, episode 1. It was all over the place. This is section 4, part 3. What? Where am I starting here? It was cool enough, but it was, again, why do I not care for Corner Gas? Lived it. Why do I not care for Last Chance U? Lived it. They got combines in cornfields, and then they cut to the field with guys doing reps. It's no different than here. Combines in wheat fields, guys doing reps. I get it's cool to watch. Seen it millions and millions of times. Spittin' Chicklets, same thing. Everybody's all the rage about that pod. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I've seen it a million times. If I want to hear 2 hockey guys swearing and spitting on the floor, I'll go down to an adult safe game or go to the SJHL finals again or whatever. Yep. That's all. That's all. I know it's very popular, and I think the coach is hilarious. Jason Brown, I think he's outstanding. But I don't know that I'll watch it again. We got the 20 minutes in, and my wife's like, can we put it on Homeland now? So we did. Gainer the Gopher. I'm very disappointed in the Riders that they would send out a statement admonishing their Gopher for saying that he crossed the line Saturday against the BC Lions with his stuffed toy. And let me just get into a mini rant. You don't have to tag this for Bronco Plumbing and Heating, but you can if you want. People are ripping me on social media for even covering the Gainer situation. Listen, since Saturday's game, I've had 2 columns posted on my website at rodpedersen.com. My 10 things of all of week 6 of the CFL, plus the Out of the Tunnel column going deep into the Riders-Lions game. For reaction. But you talk about Gainer the Gopher, and everybody's running around like their hair's on fire. You get it. We're in the click business. We got sponsors coming in here. What are your numbers? What are your numbers? What are your numbers? Oh, but it's great content. They don't care. They want numbers. And the actual football columns get 1/100th of the reaction of any of this Gainer stuff. So I feel sorry for Gainer. It's one of the things I said on Lloydminster Radio this morning. He's been fat-shamed by his own club. Now he's been disciplined by his own club. And what did he ever do? Habitually voted the #1 mascot in the CFL. It's for a reason, brother. It's for the things that he does on the field, like what he did with the BC Lion toy the other night. And now you're changing him. What are you guys doing? I don't understand what you're doing. And the Swift Current Broncos last night won the internet with a video that they posted out there where Charlie Horse, their beloved mascot, took a tiger, stuffed tiger, of course, their top rivals, the Medicine Hat Tigers, if you don't know, and put on Twitter and said, with all due respect to Gainer, "This is how you tame a cat." And they picked the thing up and launched it 20 rows onto the ice. It was hilarious. Thank you, Swift Current, for standing up for what's right and the Saskatchewan way, i.e., this is the way we are. If you don't like it, go jump in the lake. That's the way it used to be around here. And in Swift Current, if you want a more Wild West way of doing things, that's Swift Current. So I'm disappointed that the Riders would have to discipline their own mascot because one snowflake in Edmonton who happens to be an Eskimo fan, and I question her stability to begin with, if you check her Twitter timeline, is upset at our mascot. It has nothing even to do with you. And you force the Riders to discipline their own mascot who's been doing this for 30 years. I hope I feel better now.
Do you?
Marginally. Oh, Trent, writing us from Norway. It's evening over there. Back in Norway after a family trip to Denmark and Germany. Support Gainer. Riders, let Gainer be. Forget about being politically correct. That is from Norway chiming in on the Gainer Gate, the latest Gainer Gate. Oh, and by the way, that's enough for the opening warm-up here on the program. Marshall Hamilton will join us next. We've got actual football to talk about today because that's what everybody wants. On all these shows across the land that I'm on, people are saying, what's the mood in the Rider Nation after the big win over the BC Lions Saturday night? We'll talk about that, okay?
Yeah.
The BC Lions have signed 2 CFL veterans, potentially trying to follow the path of 2011 when they started 1-5, signed 2 CFL veterans, and it sparked them on their way to winning the Grey Cup that very same year. We'll talk about that with Marshall and a whole lot more. This has been the warm-up. This is the Rod Pedersen Show on Facebook Live. Listen live, rodpedersen.com, and podcasts at Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.